The piece being taken out of the showcase is one of Safavid rice grain sample ceramics in the Fitzwilliam Museum. We took it to the museum's study room for research. First, it should be noted that these ceramics were originally named after the holes that resembles rice grains. It is deep-seated myth that these holes are the result of rice grains placed in the walls of the ceramics when being produced and burned during firing. But the fact is, these holes were created by hand with a sharp-pointed tool. Despite all this, today these ceramics are being mass-produced in China by metal molds. Even the holes in many of the earlier samples, back to the Seljuk and Mongol periods, bore no resemblance to rice grains. Yet in some cases, they have even been combined with other techniques such as sgraffito, molded motifs, and even luster. And some of them are glazed with transparent turquoise glaze instead of transparent glaze. I found and touched for the first time two small pieces during the excavation carried out by the archaeology department of the University of Kashan. These two small samples turned out to be a proposal to a thesis for one of my MA students. But I also saw similar pristine samples during the Cambridge University Fellowship and in the Fitzwilliam Museum up close and held them in my hands. However, the notable examples of this technique can be seen in the ceramics of the Safavid period. But let's see how we can make samples of it. First, we need to make a white clay suitable for this technique, a clay like a stone paste. Then, the desired forms should be made with this clay on a pottery wheel. While shaping the foot ring, we also make the wall thinner. Once the piece is a little hard or even dry, we can use a pointed tool to make holes on the vessels according to the desired design. Here, other than a traditionally designed sample, I also made several galaxy-themed vessels using this technique. In fact, I created a hole in the vessel representing a planet or a star. Then I created lines next to the holes with this graffito technique to give it look of a galaxy. After bisquing, I painted the design surroundings with cobalt glaze for more attractiveness. Finally, the vessels were glazed with transparent glaze. The small holes are naturally closed during glazing and remain closed even during firing. But in case the created holes are big, we need a glaze with high viscosity. Of course, in addition to glaze with high viscosity, a brush should also be used to fill big holes. In fact, using a brush together with glaze with high viscosity is the key to making large hole rice grain ceramics. It is only in this case that the large holes remain closed after firing and act like a gate of light. Now you can see the result using this technique with the galaxy film in mind.